sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I thought you were asleep, but looks like you're not. You haven't been much outside of your room, haven't you? Yeah, I figured. Sometimes we like to spend time alone, and that's fine. And I believe that you know what's best for you as well. I'm just wondering if you needed anything, if there's anything I can do for you. I don't mind. If you want to talk, that's fine. I'm here and I can listen to you. And you don't have to tell me everything. If you don't feel like talking at some point, you can stop as well. And I just wanted you to know that I'm here if there's anything. It's unusual to not see you in the living room or watching TikToks with the same sounds that come on replay. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like talking about it, I'm here. Oh God. You feel like you've had a lot on your shoulders? Like it never stops? So it's as if you go through something and you feel like you've surpassed it, you feel better, and then there's another like challenge or there's something else that come up. Damn. You're wondering when that's gonna stop? When you're gonna be able to catch a break? Okay, well, hold on. There's a difference between being at your breaking point and needing some time for yourself so that you can rejuvenate and come back stronger and come back better with your force, your power, everything that makes you you, the quality of who you are, versus you feeling overwhelmed and blaming yourself for not being able to do much. Like, I know we've been raised that way, and we feel like when we're not productive, we're just not worthy. And that's not true. Yeah. We know it, but it's difficult to actually feel it and to actually make it our identity. I totally feel you. I'm sorry that you've been going through too much. And you've never talked about it either. You're always the one smiling and lighting up the room, so it just felt unusual. I had no idea that you were keeping all of this to yourself, and that you felt so alone in that, because you're not lonely. That we know for sure. You're not lonely, but you feel alone. I'm sorry. I get that. Sometimes just being in your room is the best option, because You don't owe anybody an explanation, and they don't have to see you sad or in another mood that's hard to handle. But you know, it's not because you have a difficult time with other people's sadness that we have a difficult time with yours. I'm saying we, probably your friends, me, but it's okay to not be happy all the time and to go through the motions and to do the best that you can. Yeah, kind of like the gym. You're not going to force yourself to deadlift more weight than you can, but you're still going to give your 100 every time you go. That's how it works, you know? But is there anything that I can do to help you? Thank you. Of course. Of course I would listen to you. And I totally get it. Also, based on how strong you are and you've been all of your life, I'm not even worried about you. Because you've pulled yourself out of dark places that most people would have never survived. And so I trust you, and I trust your ability to get out of this. Of course you will. What a dumb question. But you don't have to go through it alone. You don't have to go through it alone. I'm sorry that people didn't make you feel like you could open up to them before. And that they were using that against you after. You know, if you open up to someone and they talk about it, they disrespect you, it's not a big deal, but we're never gonna talk to that person again, okay? It's not a big deal, but we are never gonna talk to that person again. Oh yeah. No, because it's not normal to use what people tell you and to make that your storyline or your topic of conversation. That's not good. But you can trust me. Thank you for trusting me. And if anything happens, and let's say that I would then go and talk about it to your friends, or I don't know, then it would be your right to cut me off and be like, listen, you're not a good friend. You haven't respected me, and you don't deserve more of my trust, and I don't feel safe with you. You don't have to be stronger than the disrespect you might endure. You don't have to be above situations that are hurtful. Because having emotions, that's just being human. You're just human. And that's okay. You're not perfect. And I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. But having emotions, that's a human thing. And of course, people feel it on a different range. So some people feel it more, some people feel it less. But we all feel, and it's okay for you to be in that state of mind. Yeah, you don't have to hide when you're in that state of mind. At all. What are you gonna do with your friends? Well, you could tell them, hey, I'm feeling very depressed. You don't need to worry about it. I got it. But when we hang out, I'm not gonna be as bubbly or fun. I will probably smile a little less, but I am deeply grateful and happy for your presence in my life. You know, you can say these things. You can announce what's going on, let people know. And you give people a chance to have an impact in your life that way. They can go through it with you without trying to solve it for you or give you solutions or tell you what's best for you. That's the worst, right? You know it. Yeah, you know it. That's the worst. When you tell people that you're not doing that good, and then they come up with a list of things that you should do. Right? Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but keep in mind that these people also think that they're doing you a service, like they're doing something great for you by doing this. I know, who would have thought? Like, that's their way of caring for you. It doesn't mean that it's the best. It doesn't mean that it's the peak of what you deserve. But the way they treat you isn't the automatic response when you tell people that you're not doing 100. You know, your experience with me might be different from your experience with someone else. And that's how you get to know who's a good friend for me actually and who's good in my life. It's through these situations that are not easy. Yeah. Well, it kind of made me sad to hear that you felt like you had to go through it on your own, because that's just not true. But if you find your power in going through it on your own, then who am I to say the opposite? I know, it's like, yeah, because there's no due date and you don't really know when you're gonna feel better, so it feels like you're just letting yourself go and you're just not taking care of yourself. But there's a lot of power in surrender, the action, you letting go of your control for a little bit and making it a choice. Because when you make it a choice, then you can own it, you can learn from it, you can have this sense of control on it a little bit too, because you're choosing to surrender. And out of that will come out what needs to come out. And you know it, and I know it, and we know it, you and I. You know, I really admire your strength. Just like handling yourself so well all this time. Yeah. It's okay to be at a breaking point. I would be at a breaking point too if I had to go through everything you've been through. You're crazy. But also, we know that this will pass. And no matter how much you stress about it, the results are going to be the same. You can't control what's going to happen in the future. And we can't change what happened in the past. But what we can do is making sure that in the present you are responding to what's going on in the best way possible for you. It's okay. If you need your time, I can go. All right. Just relax. Take a little nap if you need. I'll be just around the corner if you need me. Text me. And if you need anything, let me know. I'm counting on you. Do you want me to close the lights when I exit your room? Okay, I'll do that. Thank you for trusting me. It's gonna get better. You don't have to trust me. You don't have to know exactly why it's gonna get better. But thank you for giving yourself a chance and sharing with me.